Hi, this is the top 10 books of 2025. My laptop camera's broken down, so I'm using my smartphone to record this. Number 10, we have A Flock of Ships by Brian Carlson, and a very good thriller. It's much like a commando book and commando comic in novel form. It's definitely up there with the likes of Alistair MacLean in terms of thriller, good World War II thriller. Number 9, we have Death World 2 by Harry Harrison, second in the Death World trilogy. Just a sort of fun sequel, surprisingly funny in places. Number 8, I don't have the book, it was a library book and I've returned it. We have The Testament of Gideon Mack by John James Robertson, and I went to see the play of the book, and the play and the book are equally fantastic. It's about a preacher, sort of unorthodox preacher, who meets the devil, or may not have met the devil. It's sort of unreliable narrator type of book, sort of along the lines of Confessions of a Justified Sinner by James Hogg. But it's a really good story and a great play if you ever get the chance to see the play. Number 7, again another library book. It's The Transcendent Tide by Doug Johnson, which is the third and final in the Enceladon trilogy by Doug Johnson. This is the Collapsing Wave. This is the sixth one. This is the second one of the trilogy. But no, The Transcendent Tide is a really fitting ending to the trilogy. Really good, a little bit more positive than the Collapsing Wave, but still a very powerful story involving Greenland. Number 6, we have Who by Algis Budrys. I'm still not sure how you pronounce Budrys. I'm not sure. But Who is a Cold War story of a brilliant Oppenheimer-type scientist who has an accident sort of somewhere in Berlin, I think the west side of Berlin, which dates the story a bit. But he has an accident and he has managed to be saved, but he's very much a cyborg now, and they don't know if this scientist is the person they say he is, or if he is an agent who's just been made up to be a sort of cyborg. So it's about identity, and it's really about the human condition, really. It's got quite an uplifting ending, or certainly the movie has a very uplifting ending, and I think you can get, depending on your country, maybe you can get the movie on YouTube. I'll leave it down below if it's still there. But it's a really good movie starring Elliot Gould. Really enjoyed the book, and the movie is pretty faithful to the book as well. Number 5, we have Love and Other Paradoxes by Catriona Silvey, and I saw the author talking about this book at the Dundee Book Festival. Very good. It's a romance. It's been quite a while since I last read a romance, but this is very cute. It's very, very charming book, and I really loved it. Number 4, Free Food, Wild Plants and How to Eat Them by Mo Wild. This is a non-fiction book all about foraging. I went to the author did a talk in Broughty Ferry, fantastic talk, very interesting. It has got lots of beautiful illustrations. It's all about mostly the native plants. There's a little bit about fungi, but I never touch fungi, just leave them where they are. But it's all about all the sort of uses and some historic uses of all the plants. Very interesting stuff that I never knew, and I think a great deal of the populace unfortunately doesn't know. All about all sorts of edible things that can be found in the countryside, and the health and safety of, depending on what you're eating and staying clear of some things. But it really is a beautiful book. Well worth a read. It's fascinating stuff. Number 3. So I must have lost my place. Dissolution by Nicholas Bing. Again, I saw this author at the same talk as Catriona Silvey, because they're both, in a way, time traveling books. This is, I don't know, this is a little bit of Goodbye, Mr. Chips, because the main character, and it's sort of like a biography. The main character is part of a sort of Eton group of brilliant-minded young boys who are tutored. So there's a great deal of his school life, but the main sort of character is also his wife, because he has dementia and his wife is sort of battling to save him. But it really is a page turner, and really good read. And sort of went through it quite quickly. I think it's a fantastic thriller, I would say, science fiction thriller. Number 2 is Lights, Camera, Dundee by Thomas A. Christie and Julie Christie. I think they're both, it's like Dr. Thomas Christie and Professor Julie Christie, I think. This is all about the filming locations in Dundee, Tayside and Angus, and a little bit beyond. There's maybe a tiny bit of Fife in it. And so many locations were used. There's quite a lot of old stuff, which is really fascinating. Old black and white silent movies, and right up to the present day, and there's still stuff to this day being filmed, and there's things yet to be filmed. Some of the movies you can find here on YouTube. I'll leave a link down below, hopefully, if they're still there. And there's a lot packed into this, and you can tell a lot of research has been done. And again, it's signed. I saw a fascinating talk, and at the talk they had various bits of media, films, one advertisement, all featuring Dundee. There's all the locations, and a wide range of movies. Some maybe 1 or 2 Hollywood, but most of them are sort of independent sort of movies. Quite a few sport ones, and Dundee's a great location for films. And finally, number 1, Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. As a reader, you live so many different lives, and this is another life I have lived. It's part autobiographical by Nnedi Okorafor, who is a Nigerian American science fiction author about our main character who is disabled, but she gets cybernetic sort of legs and is able to walk and grows as a character. There's quite a bit of like social media as well and the battle with that. And how much of it is like fiction autobiography and how much of it is not is up to the reader, but it's all sort of very, very believable, and it's very much of the now, this, even though it's science fiction with the cybernetics. There's advances in medical science pretty much every day, so it's science fiction, but it's current, very, very current science fiction, and was a very good read. I think it blazed through it quite quickly. Highly enjoyable. So that's the top 10 books, my book, top 10 books of 2025. Quite varied, and all of them very interesting. Thanks for watching. Bye.